Jordan Spurgeon here. This weekend, we've got the Cardinals and the Tennessee Titans all the way in Tennessee. So joining me from Tennessee, we've got Tyler Vasquez from BirdGang Travel. And Tyler, I could tell them all about BirdGang Travel and what I've seen, but I want you to tell us, where did it start? What do you guys do? How excited are you for this trip? I know that's a three-part question, but go ahead and you have the floor.
Yeah, no, thanks, Jordan. Yeah, BirdGang Travel, basically what it is how it started. It was a group of me and my buddies we'd go to road games every year, and I'd be in the Facebook Cardinal groups. I'd be on the Arizona Cardinal chat threads, and people would be like, "Oh, who's going to Chicago this weekend? And let's meet at this bar." And you'd see, "Oh, I was there at 3:00, and I went at 7," and missed connections, and it just became like there's got to be a better way to get these fans that are on the road all together. And honestly, it was an experience in Oakland. I went to a Raider game. Cardinals Raiders, and I thought I wasn't going to make it out alive, genuinely, and not from being a jerk or anything. I was quiet, but I was in Cardinal gear, and that was enough to incite riots. So I thought this could be better all around, a better experience, a safer experience for fans on the road, because strengths in numbers. So if you're around a bunch of other fans, less likely that people that are jerks are going to mess with you. So what we do is we put together a package. It comes with a Friday night party, a Saturday night pep rally party, a Sunday tailgate, your lower level game tickets, and then also your hotel accommodations. So that's kind of how it goes.
What's the turnout been like, and how has it grown since then?
Yeah, the turnout's been amazing. There's always one huge trip a year, like a marquee one that everyone's going on. This year it's Nashville, week 1. So we start out with a real bang for the season. Usually the big trips at the back end of the year. So and funny, coming off of a COVID year of really no traveling, we're getting right into it. We're going right into the fire. But we're at over 200 fans for this trip, 200 that are booked in packages. And then for our tailgate on Sunday, we also sell a la carte. We've got another additional 165 fans that have booked independent that aren't even necessarily part of our package. So you're talking almost 400 Cardinal fans on the road for a game, which that's not even including friends, family of the team, all that type stuff. So and I know the Cardinals club season ticket holders are doing a trip. So I mean, you're going to see a couple thousand fans in red in the stands this Sunday, which is pretty cool.
So we'll get into you in a minute as well, but I want to get into your logo. I see the bird. You got the Bird Travel Club on the hat. Yep, show it off. How'd you create that? How were you able to get that rolling?
So I had an idea of kind of like the I remember seeing the old cereal boxes. There was Big Red's Flakes or something. I think Albertsons did a promotion back in the day. And I was like, oh, it's got to be a cartoon bird of some sort. And I don't want it to be Big Red. I mean, Big Red we love Big Red. I want to come up with something, we're a side brand, a side component that is trying to support the team. So let's get a cousin, right? A cousin to Big Red. And so what we ended up doing was I sent to a designer, and he completely came up with this. And there's been kind of some evolution. So it's this. Actually, the first design was something that the first designer just grabbed offline. And I was like, yeah, we can't use something that somebody else has had for something else. So then it turned into this. And then it's turned into our what we call the Kyler Murray version, which is, and we actually had headbands made. And we've taken a picture with Kyler with these, and he absolutely loved them.
Yes, put it on.
Yeah, I'm going to throw it on. And it has the Kyler, the K1. The K1 version of the logo, as I call it. There we go. And and so the bird has a little bit of a head, a headband and some hair as well. But so that's version 3.0. But now Kyler has the dread. So I'm almost thinking we're gonna have to go like version 4.0 of the logo and adjust it a little bit and add some dreads. So we'll see if that's in the works.
I'm getting a kick out of that. I'm sure Kyler's gotten a kick out of that, right? You've heard from him about this before, correct?
We took a picture with him. We have a picture of me and the co-owner of BirdGang Travel, Eric, with Kyler at a Cardinals bowling event, and he loved it. He's like, "Wow, those are dope."
That's awesome. Speaking of Kyler, who are some other Cardinals players, past or present, that have really kind of embraced what you guys are doing, especially on the road?
We've had a ton of players be very supportive, doing videos to kind of encourage fans to get on the road. I remember Frosty Rucker was huge. Years ago, Patrick Peterson was awesome as being a partner. We partner with a player every year. So part of the package, you also get a signed football from a player. 2 years ago, it was Christian Kirk. The year before, it was Patrick. This year, it's Byron Murphy. So, the players are super helpful. They love seeing and getting that support on the road. I mean, there's nothing like it to have, to hear your fans in a stadium. It helps that adrenaline rush, right? And so, but, the biggest support has honestly been from the organization. We really appreciate Michael Bidwell and the team and his sister, Nicole Bidwell, Steve Keim, Adrian Wilson. Over the years, when we have our big parties, our big pep rally party, the Saturday night before the game, Michael Bidwell always makes it a point to come by and say hi and take pictures with fans. I remember Green Bay, it was snowing like crazy, and he made it by and he took pictures with all the fans, stick around for about an hour. I mean, to think like the owner of $1 billion organization would be in your venue at your party taking pictures with every fan. I mean, it's an experience you don't get every day, and I don't think every team probably has that. So we really are thankful for the team and what they do to support us. So
Jordan Spurgeon alongside Tyler Vasquez, BirdGang Travel up in Nashville. I want to get in a little bit about you. What's your day job? Like, what do you do for a living?
So I help small businesses. I work with small to medium-sized businesses, and I can help large, but my real focus is small and medium. I help with payroll and payment processing. So however companies accept their payments or pay their employees. So right now I try to help them shave some costs, become more efficient, and really, especially after COVID, really help them bounce back from what was a tough year.
And you told me off camera, I believe you said you had a little bit of a background in radio too, as well.
Yeah, I worked in radio for, probably 12, 13 years. I started over at Arizona Sports before it was Arizona Sports, and then went over to 101.1 The Beat, which is now The Bounce. So it was an overnight host, a night host, and then moved on to the event world of doing big festivals and nonprofit events. And that's kind of what, between my radio and the events, is what kind of helped create BirdGang Travel, was the experiences through that. So
I was going to say, because now you have the experience of hosting events, you have the experience of, managing the numbers and tracking down people that maybe haven't paid yet, or kind of making sure everything's in line for them. So you really do feel like that helped you create BirdGang Travel then?
Yeah, I've always been a big logistics guy, and really this whole business is very logistics oriented. You've got to make sure that there's a timeline for everyone. They know where they're going, collecting payments like you're saying, but paying your vendors, there's a lot to that. And it's just a lot of organization. I mean, that's really all it is. I mean, the secret sauce of this whole company, and I'll reveal it right now, in case someone wants to knock us off. The secret sauce is creating that community, right? And we're creating a community of Cardinal fans. And it's not something we're necessarily, our amenities that we're putting them in and everything else are great. And I think the fans love them and appreciate them. But really the beauty of it is just bringing fans together. I mean, that's what we're all about.
So speaking of that, what games on the road are you most looking forward to traveling to this year? I'm sure every year you've got a game that's just a marquee matchup, or it's a city you haven't been to. So where are you excited to go this year? Well,
unfortunately, the answer is bad, because it's going to say week one. We're already here. So, coming off last year, no fans. I'm going to humble low-key brag here. I got invited, and some of our BirdGang Travel members got invited to be in a commercial for the NFL that just rolled out this week. It's back to football. You'll see it everywhere. And DeAndre Hopkins is in it with his mom. And if you want to see it, check out our Facebook page or our Instagram. We actually have posted, and DeAndre posted it yesterday. But being there and talking to DeAndre, he had said, what's the stadium like? And I was like, what is he talking about? And it was then that I processed, wow, he hasn't even played in front of a crowd yet. Like, yeah, we had limited attendance, but he hasn't been in front of like a full Arizona Cardinals stadium yet, or State Farm Stadium, I should say. So, that's cool. And so just getting back to football is what I'm most looking forward to. This being our biggest trip of the year, week one is the highlight. Now, I will say I'm excited also for Chicago getting back there. We're doing that early December. And then also New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, I'm really stoked about as well, just because for New Year's Eve, you do the typical go to a party, do stuff like that, a bar or whatever, till midnight, count the ball down. Well, we're going to make it a weekend in Dallas for Cardinals Cowboys, and we're going to have a New Year's party, champagne at midnight. We're going to do the whole deal. I'm trying to get a balloon drop done. Like we're gonna try and play it like one of the movies. So that's gonna be a pretty cool trip. Which trips are still available for Dallas and Chicago? BirdGangTravel.com. And if you want to start a payment plan, we make it really easy. BirdGangPaymentPlan.com.
Great plug there. Yeah, my best friend's mom is going to Dallas on that trip. She's very excited. When I told her I was talking to you, she was through the roof. She cannot wait for that trip. She said the same thing. It's you go to a family thing or a bar and you wait till it drops and that's it. Sometimes you do the 9 o'clock when it's midnight in New York and you go.
Yeah.
So she's excited for that. Last thing for you, the Suns playoff run. I know you kind of did some things. You helped out with the airport and the Nuggets series after that sweep and things like that. So did that just get you even more excited for this Cardinals season, kind of seeing the Suns do what they did and how it rallied the whole city together?
Yeah, I mean, I'm an Arizona native, so that's the Arizona teams are all my. If I'm going to a baseball game or if I'm rooting on a baseball team, it's the Diamondbacks. If I'm rooting on a basketball team, it's the Suns. Like I don't have other teams or things like that. And so seeing the Suns' success, I mean, I've always been a Suns fan, and getting to be a part of that and get to do some fun stuff with sports unites people. I mean, that's the whole premise of our business. So like, when the teams are doing good, it makes me jealous of like New England, or like you see these teams that have a consistent success. It's like, man, their fans must be always happy. Like you look like teams like ours and maybe the Browns or things like that. It's like, man, we've had it rough for a long time, but getting to see the Suns, back on top and excited for another year of them. And the Cardinals, with all their additions, one's got to hope that this is the year that they make a push. It is a tough division, but I mean, to be the top of the league, you're going to have to go through tough teams. So to me, that doesn't matter. So you've got to control what you can control, and you got to control that. You got to be a prepared team and ready to go.
Perfect. Before we get out of here, I want you one more time, just tell them kind of what they can do to get involved, what packages you have left, and what road trips you think they might be able to join you on this year.
Shill, baby, shill. Here we go. I love it. So yeah, we've got Dallas and Chicago coming up December and end of December. During the home games, we actually have a bus that we are launching from Gila River Hotels and Casinos, starting out at Wild Horse Pass, and then picking up, it's going to go on that nice 202, pick up at Vicuiva, and then take the fans straight to the stadium. You can get your bets in there now that sports betting's legal. Before the game, bet on the cards. And then you'll take the bus. You'll have beverages on the bus. You'll get some breakfast burritos on the bus. And then you'll come out to the stadium. And then we have a tailgate there. So if you want to come out to our free tailgate, we've got 10 tents to show the morning games. It's a great experience time. So we have that for the home games. So you can check all that out on our website, birdgangtravel.com. Other thing is, if you're ever going on a trip and you didn't book a package with us, we occasionally do have a la carte. So we have, for example, the tailgate this Sunday. We have 200 fans that came with us. We have another 165 that have already booked in addition that are just here in Nashville for the game. So that's always available also at birdgangtravel.com.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Tyler, for your time. You guys can go follow Bird Gang Travel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Check out what they're doing. Potentially book your own packages. And yeah, have fun in Nashville. Enjoy week 1, Cardinals and Titans. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Jordan. Appreciate it.